Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Okay guys, so I'm sure you noticed I have a different background setting here. I am on the guest room right now because I get much better lighting here. I get the afternoon sun and I really wanted to get this video up today because I'm used to actually, I used to get my pregnancy updates up on Mondays, but this Monday, since I took my citizenship test, I wanted to make a video in Spanish also, talking about my whole experience, the interview. And let me tell you, I'm glad to tell you that I passed. Yes! So I should get my oath ceremony letter on the mail pretty soon. I'm going to try to maybe blog about that a little bit. And of course, I'm going to blog the day that I have my ceremony. I'm very, very excited and happy, and I'm so relieved too. So, okay guys, but this video is not about that. It's about my pregnancy update for weeks 27 and 28. Is that correct? 27, 28 week. I'm 28 weeks and 1 day today. And this update, I'm gonna make it just 27, 28. Just to not make another one. I mean, I don't know, it just doesn't make any sense for me to make another video on Monday. So I wanted to give you some updates. My last video, that it was kind of like pretty, well, not sad, but I wasn't in a good mood because the day I made that video, that was the day I got the call from the nurse, from the doctor, saying that I failed my 2-hour glucose test. And like I said before, I mean, I wanted to cry almost when she called me and told me that. I was very concerned. I mean, yeah, I was pretty concerned. So then that day I started cutting off sugars. Let's see, I have my cheat sheet here, of course, as usual. So yeah, that's what I've been doing. I've been cutting sugars big time, like, ice cream. Well, cookies, I don't eat cookies much, really. But yeah, like basically, nothing sweet, like, cakes, or my OJ in the morning that I used to have, that Tropicana, orange juice and stuff. I'm not having that anymore. Yeah, so basically, anything sweet with a lot of sugar, I started cutting down on. And tomorrow, Thursday, I do have my appointment with the dietitian. Today I saw the nurse. Today I had two appointments. In the morning I saw my doctor. Actually, it's one doctor that I haven't met before. Today was the first day meeting her, and she was adorable. I heard really good things about her, and she was super, super nice. I was expecting her to be nice because I noticed that the women doctors there are much nicer and like patient, and they take their time to answer your questions and stuff like that. And I noticed the guys are like always in a rush, and like they're colder. I don't know. I just like there's two women women doctor there, and they are super nice. I met the other one today. So baby boy is doing amazing. He she just checked the heart rate with the Doppler, and he's doing fine. He has been moving a lot, and she talked to me about gestation of diabetes and everything a little bit. And basically what we're gonna do is we're gonna try to control it with the diet, with a good diet, and exercise. Hopefully that's enough. And also I gotta keep track of my sugar levels, which that's why my second appointment was for today's afternoon. I went to see a nurse, and she gave me this lovely glucometer, I think you call it. Well, blood glucose monitoring system. Yeah, but glucometer, I think they call it. This is the one she gave me. Okay, I gotta talk to my doctor and ask them to prescribe me the lancets. The lancets are like the little needles that you use to poke your finger. I was scared. I was so scared to do it for the first time that I asked the nurse to do it. I said, the first time, please do it yourself. I said, because I'm just too scared. I'm a chicken when it comes to needles. I mean, I love piercings. It's funny because I love piercings and tattoos, even though I don't have any tattoos. But I love piercings. But when it comes to this kind of stuff, or like when I go get blood drawn and stuff like that, I'm a chicken. So I asked her, I said, do it, please do it. And she did it, and actually it wasn't painful at all. It was little tiny, but super quick. And she also told me to do it because I see everybody tests like right here on this part of the finger, and she said that here on the side is much better because you have less nerves here on the side, so you feel less pain. So yeah, so she told me how to use the meter, and like I said, and I gotta talk to my doctor so they can prescribe me lancets and the test strips, because this thing only comes with like 10 or 8, I don't know. I have like 8 left now because we used one there and then another one. Oh yeah, we used another one to try to like test something, whatever. So, and she also gave me this gestational diabetes manual. Look how nice. And yeah, so she went with me, over all the information here, a lot of information. And then tomorrow, when I see the dietitian, we're gonna go through the, nutritional information. So yeah, so I have a lot here too, and she went through everything. But if I don't remember something, I'm gonna go back to this book. So yeah, and like I said, so we're gonna try. The doctor said, they always try to control it with medication. I'm sorry, with a diet, with a good diet, and like I said, exercise. If that doesn't work, I'm happy to know that I'm not gonna go to insulin right away. They're gonna try. There's a pill that I can take, and they would try with that first. And if that doesn't work, then I will have to get insulin. Then I will have to inject myself with insulin, which I am not thrilled about at all. I really hope I don't have to get to that point. But of course, if for some reason I cannot lower, my sugar levels, if I cannot control them and have them, at a normal range with a good diet, then I'm willing to do whatever I have to do to keep this baby and myself healthy. So, like, I don't care. But if I can choose, of course, I would prefer diet and exercise over that. Diet and exercise and pinching myself every day. Like, yeah, I mean, okay, this doesn't hurt, like I said. But, I have to do it 4 times a day. I have to do it, like, fasting, like, first thing when I get up. Then either 1 or 2 hours after each meal, like after breakfast, after lunch, and after dinner. And I can ask the doctor as well if they want me to check 1 hour later or 2 hours later after the meal. So we'll see about that. And then let me talk about the questions that I have from my doctor that she answered for me, because all these days I've been researching like crazy, and talking to other moms that either have gestational diabetes or suffer from gestational diabetes in the past, and try to ask for like experiences, and every time I go to the doctor, I'm gonna have to show them my sugar levels. Like every day I have to log that in on a little notebook that comes with this. And they just want to keep an eye on that, like I said. If everything is fine, amazing. And if there's something needs to be done, like for me to take medicine or whatever, that's it's good to know how my sugar levels are. So, okay, the questions that I have for her were, okay, is it true that women with gestational diabetes get usually induced 1 or 2 weeks before due date? And what she told me is that usually if I don't happen to need medicine to control it, like if my sugar levels are fine just with the diet and the workout, which most times that's what happened, that's what she said, then I would get induced probably, let's say my due date comes and the baby's not here, or maybe a couple days before my due date, just in case, because what they don't want is to leave your baby there too long and for the baby to get super huge, super big, because that's one risk, of the gestational diabetes, that all that sugar, those high levels of sugars go to your baby, and so the baby gets huge, gets big, like 10-pound baby. You don't want that. So that's what they usually do. Also, if they wait too long after your due date, there's also a chance of stillbirth, which we all know that would be like the worst thing that could happen to me and my baby. Like, oh my, I don't even want to think about it. Like, 'cause I don't want to think about it. But yeah, the chances, like I said, especially if you control it, they're slim. I mean, they're not big chances. But okay, so like I said, if I don't need medicine around my due date, if the baby is not here, I will get induced. So that's something I gotta get my mind and body ready for. Because I heard when they have to induce you, it's more painful because it's not the same. Like they put some drugs, some pitocin usually. For your contractions, to get stronger and stuff. So it's more painful than, when you go in labor naturally. So it's good at least to know, that might happen, you know what I mean? And well, I just gotta be ready for it. Like I said, I mean, my mind is open to whatever I have to do to get my baby and myself like healthy and fine, and for everything to go fine. And then if I do happen to need medicine, let's say at some point they say, well, diet is not doing it, we need to give you insulin. In that case, usually they induce 1 or 2 weeks early. So, so I would make it either till 38 or 39 weeks. I hope it's just 1 week because my parents are coming. And if they induce me 2 weeks before my due date, I don't think my parents are going to be here on time. So, but whatever. Again, whatever they have to do to get the baby out of there safely, and healthy and everything. So, yeah. Then my next question was, because I heard that once you develop gestational diabetes, when you're pregnant, you are supposed to check your glucose levels every 2-3 years, because supposedly the risk of having type 2 diabetes after you develop, gestational diabetes goes up a little bit, goes up. So you're supposed to check it. And she said, yes. I mean, she said, when you're over 30, they still recommend that every 3 years you check your, your blood sugar levels and stuff. So yeah, so that's what I'm gonna have to do, every 3 years, get checked just in case, to make sure that I don't develop, type 2 diabetes. And of course, again, I want to believe that having a healthy diet, a healthy lifestyle is gonna always help, for the chances to get lower and lower. So yeah. And then what other question did I have? My next question was, how big is the chance of going into labor early with gestational diabetes? And she said that it really depends, it varies from each woman. Like some women go in labor like early because the baby gets too big, that can happen. And some don't. Usually since it's my first baby, most likely I won't have preterm labor, most likely, but that could be something that could happen, especially like I said, especially for some reason, the diet, the medication is not enough and the baby gets too big, and yeah, I might end up going labor too early, but not too early, but earlier, but hopefully not, hopefully that won't be the case. Then I asked her about my test, and the lady today showed me the levels. She showed me the levels. Give me 1 second. So for the 2-hour test, the fasting result, that means when I got there and they got my first sample of blood, it should have been below 92, okay? And I got 86. So I passed that one. That one was fine. And the fasting result is usually, like I heard a lot of moms with gestational diabetes that they have issues to keep the fasting level down, like at a healthy range. Mine was 86. So it was supposed to be below 92 and I got 86. So that was good. Now, after 1 hour when they took my blood again, my score was 227. That is super high. It was supposed to be 180. So on that one, yeah, that was the worst one. That was 1 hour after drinking the sugary drink. And then 2 hours later, after drinking the sugary drink, my score was 166, and it was supposed to be below 153. So except for the score in the middle, like the one, 1 hour after I took the sugary drink, the other two were not too bad. Well, the first one was fine, and then the last one was, it was a little bit too high, but not crazy high. So my doctor said basically I had like a mild case. I mean, it's not like super high or anything like that. So I guess that's why they're putting me on a diet first, and if that doesn't work, then I will have to get some medicine for it. So yeah, because I wanted to know my numbers. I didn't know that, and I wanted to know how bad it was. So, and then another symptom, a new symptom that I had this past week is, and I did my research because I kind of got worried at first, but it's normal. Again, it's normal in pregnancy. I was feeling like the top of my right thigh, it would get kind of like numb. When your blood doesn't circulate right or whatever, and it gets kind of numb. You get that tingling sensation, like in your skin, whatever. And I was like, what is that about? So I started looking on the internet and stuff, and I don't remember the name of the condition right now, but it's pretty common in pregnancy, and it's because your uterus is expanding, so it puts pressure on some nerves that you have here, like at the top of your thighs and stuff. So it puts pressure on it, and it could be on your right side, on your left side. I mean, it depends, how the uterus is and what nerve is touching and all that. So so that's what it is. Now I do have days that is a little bit worse, that it kind of bothers me more. But most times it's not really too bad. It's not too bad. The only thing is, like I said, when I touch the top of my thigh, it feels like numb, like if it was numb, or something. And of course, once the baby is born, that goes away because your uterus comes back to its normal position and size, slowly. So that's gonna go away after the baby's born. But so far, it's not such a big deal. Like, it doesn't hurt or bother me too much. So yeah. Okay guys, so it's time to measure my belly. Hey guys, so here's my belly. Here's from the front, from the side, and let me put my elastic here and the pants down a little. And that's my 28-week belly, as you can see, from the side, right there. And I'm gonna measure it. Also, my weight, the nurse that checked my weight said that it stayed the same as last time, which, considering especially that I have the gestational diabetes, I see it as a good thing, because I don't wanna, I assume, if I don't gain weight like crazy, that's a good sign somehow, that I'm keeping my sugar levels where they need to be. So yeah, that's what she said. I thought I gained like a couple pounds, but yeah. Okay, so 34. I gotta check when was the last time. I am not sure, but yeah, 34. I don't know if you can see right there, 34 inches. I think it's about the same as last time. I don't know, I gotta check. Okay everyone, so that was all for I'm sorry, it's a very long video, but I had a lot to talk about. So yeah, so on my next update, I'm going to talk about my appointment with the dietitian tomorrow. So I'm going to give you a little bit more information about my meal plan and all that, and anything new that happens next week. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for subscribing, and if you haven't subscribed yet, what are you waiting for? Subscribe, and I will see you guys on my next pregnancy update. Bye.